Thank you, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here to present this topic. This is actually something that I was thinking of for some time, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks that I've been thinking about doing this specific topic, but I was thinking of writing it out instead of actually doing it as a speech. And the reason it came to mind is because I'm not sure if you can see that little thing hanging up in the corner there, but that is a mylar balloon, and that's from my birthday. If you're wondering when my birthday was, not anytime recent, not even in this month. It was actually February 7th. So I've had this balloon up for more than a month. And I have decided that I'm going to celebrate my birthday as long as it stays standing. Now, when I got this balloon, it came with a friend, another really beautiful happy birthday balloon, another mylar balloon. So I had both of these balloons just floating around in my kitchen up at the ceiling, and they would greet me every morning and every time I walked into my kitchen, and it was fantastic. It brought so much cheer to my face. Then one day I came in and both of them were kind of hanging out at the ground. I said, all right, well, I guess that's the end of the celebrations. It's time to cut them loose and deflate them and throw them out. And as I was playing with the knot that I had tied to keep them together, I realized that as soon as I released that knot, one flew back up to the ceiling and the other one landed on the ground. And I thought, wow, this relates to something, a conversation that I actually recently had with a close friend of mine about effort in relationships, about seeking help and providing help in relationships. Made me think, a lot of times when we are asking for help and we don't get that help, we start to feel inadequate. We start to feel as if we're not worthy, as if there's something wrong with us, as if there's something ugly inside of us that people want to distance themselves from, and that all they want to do is just let go, and that they don't care about us. But we sometimes forget that it is more a matter of capacity than it is desire half the time. So in this case, with this mylar balloon, that other balloon had already kind of deflated. It was hanging low for some time, except it didn't drag this one down until this one no longer had enough inside to sustain helping and holding up the other balloon. So instead of looking at it as, this balloon doesn't want to do it, it just didn't have the capacity anymore. The other element of helping or asking for help is this feeling that we have where we feel like a burden or we feel ugly inside because we even need help. That act of showing vulnerability makes us feel as if we're not as strong and as beautiful as we truly are. But both of those mylar balloons brought cheer to my face. Both of those mylar balloons were beautiful. Even as one was deflating and dropping to the ground, it was still a beautiful balloon. And this other balloon not being able to carry that balloon wasn't because it started to get ugly. It just couldn't handle the pressure at that time. And this is what I would say mylar balloons have kind of taught me about seeking help, about expecting help, and about providing help. If you are this balloon that's still standing, it doesn't mean that you're not dealing with your own things. Of course you are, except there's a time when you have the capacity to deal with everything and then some. And that's when you are really useful in providing help to other people. And there's a time when all you can deal with is what's on your own plate, and you can't carry anybody else successfully. And it doesn't mean that that person isn't worthy of it. It doesn't mean that you don't find that person beautiful, that you don't care about them. But you can't help them if you are being dragged down in that moment. So for those people, those of us, when we need help, when we're seeking help, instead of going and seeking help from somebody just because we know them and just because we expect them to be somewhere, we should try to find out if that person is actually capable of helping us and then ask for help. Because when they're full of helium, And I can't do that squeaky voice, but when they're full of helium, they are capable. But if they're also deflating, all we're going to do is bring them down. And now we're both laying on the ground without any access to growth and happiness and the things that we deserve. On that note, I hope that this inspires you to seek help when you need it, to not feel like you are something ugly. You are still that beautiful mylar balloon that brings cheer to someone's face when they see it. Just try to find that help and that support from someone who's actually able to provide it. Thank you very much.